Alright, here we are again. Bob's Barn Workshop. And the mini bike clutch problem. Remember last time the problem was the face of this flange was not square with the face of this flange. And the bolt that they gave with the clutch only went into here a little over 1/4 of an inch. And I stripped it. So I got some new bolts today. This is the mini bike project, replacing it or fixing it up for usage. And I got some precision, they call them bushings, they look like washers to me. 3/4 inch to shim that shaft. It looks like it needs to come out, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch or so, but I'm going to have to put this one out a little more maybe, too. Because you take it out, I don't need that on there yet. And we're looking at chain interference on one side with the drive chain, and I don't know which is the best way to do it. We're just going to have to fiddle with that, but I'm definitely pretty sure we need a, because what the problem is the gear I have on there, the 9-tooth that I bought, has two problems. It's too thick this way, makes the shaft, the pulley sit out farther, but we're going to have to deal with that because we need clearance for the chain. But I bought a better gear, which everybody recommended, because the gear that's on there has a cut for the 3/16 keyway, which makes this part of the gear very thin where the cut is. But I bought this gear that has the key in it, so there's no weak spot cut for that, and that should slide right on there also. Now this one is actually narrower, so this is for the right chain, right? Yep. It's always good. So I think what I'm going to have to do is put a washer behind this and in front of this just to get it to that thickness, so the chain does not hit, because right now even with that one the chain hits. So, or it doesn't hit, but it comes very close. So I gotta have the washer in there. So let's pop that keeper off the chain again for about the dozenth time. And of course it went somewhere. What I like to do is, I'm keeping a tub that I can drop all the parts into. Of course that one I dropped, it didn't go in there. There it is. Alright. So toss that in there. And push that apart. This chain should be totally adjusted now though, because we've had it apart before. Now here's what I was saying. Oh, that one is the same thickness. Oh, that's the 10-tooth, that's why. The other one that I had bought, I took it off already, sorry. This one, as you can see, has that cut in there, and this is very thin right here. But it was also, as you can see, wider and sat farther on the shaft. So we definitely need that and that. Let's see how that chain lays up there. Yeah, this is something you kind of got to experiment with every, oops, that ain't going to work. Not under this frame, over the frame. Alright. See, that just clears. Now, the back of this clutch has a flat plate on it. And that does look like it'll clear okay. Because the less we build this out, the better. Let me snap the chain back together momentarily. And I'm going to run put the nut on temporarily. Jeez. I bought one of those new 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch adapters for my zippy tool here. So it actually looks like it has clearance. The less I put under there, the less I have to. Oh, I know what they were hitting. They hit the stupid. I'll show you. I'll show you what they hit. They hit these bolt heads, whatever you want to call them, rivets. And so the choice is either put the key. Let's see if that works. Put this in as. Oh no, there it goes. Lost it again. I'll just hold that on there. I gotta tip it up so I can run this towards me. And it does clear just fine. Okay, so we just have to put the chain on backwards. And this side doesn't have any interference. So that's what we're going with. Then I have to put the master link on the back. I'm going to run this around to right there, so it's a lot easier to put together. So we're good to go depth-wise. Put the master link back together back here. Let this thing go flying. It's pretty interesting how it fits too. That goes over. Shoot, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this way. Nope. Alright. Grab that keeper again, because I can't get any pliers in there.
Pliers? Hey, give me them pliers. Porcupine.
Where is it? Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. It's going to be difficult any way you look at it. Dang it. I don't want to put another washer in there, but I can. That brings that clutch out even farther. Sorry, this is getting boring and long, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It's the belt bushing. We're getting very close, so I need to get a straight edge, but two more will do it. Yeah, it's almost too much now. Of course. Is there is ain't. Is it is or is it ain't. Take one out. Is you is or is you ain't my baby. I think that's good enough. It's only a hair off. Look at only how much that your drive is going to hit that though. I hate that because this drive thing is just going to barely catch on there. Man. I did get a new bolt for this. No, I'm thinking it's just not enough. I'm gonna take that other one out and put it through from the front. I don't like it at all. And as I said, I don't have hardly any. I gotta watch it go around so I can put it on the bottom. I'll have to reach through from the other side. Save as much depth on that as I possibly can. Alright, I'm getting down dirty here. Down and dirty. Is you, come on, baby, work for me. Oh, master. Grasshopper. Weed hopper. Oh. I hope I don't have to take this off very often. Is there any better way to put this thing on? You guys give me a hint. There is. I'm just trying to pinch it together with a pair of needle nose. And I ain't have much success. Sorry. Oh, I think we got her. All right. She appears to be on there. Now, the problem is too, my keyway is going to be way too long now. But, alas, I bought a 1-inch key, and I think that floating inside there will be plenty. So I don't have to cut my long one just in case I want to go back. So, put that guy in there. Put that guy on there. And then once I get this tightened up, we'll roll it back and forth to make sure there's no just misses. Misses. Alright. Ain't that special. Now, we need to deal with this again. That has its own key in it too, so you don't have to bother with the key in there. Now that's too far out again. That's good. Take these out one at a time so we get a little bit more meat on that shaft. Does that stink? Oh, that looks pretty darn good right there. Yeah, I don't even need that one. These are only like 1/16 of an inch thick. Yeah, right. Say one's too much and one's too little. And they're all, well, that one's a little thinner. Put that one on first. Okay. Let's sandwich that in there. I think we're going to have the golden number right now. Yep. Alright. Finally. Finally. We have something that looks like it's workable. It's still a hair too far out for me. Oop, duh. I gotta get a straight edge, guys. I'm gonna take a break. All right. Well, I just got out this file that I have, and it's almost dead flat. And see that? She comes out nice and flat, top and bottom. I can do it with something like this, but I don't think I have clearance. That lays right across the two surfaces. So we're straight on that now. So I need my belt bushing. One of my new belts. I got new belts for this beast. Now one of the things I got to do is retap that hole a little bit to clean it out. I'll get my tap handle, because the old bolt that they gave me only went into the shaft 3/8 of an inch or so. So I got a bolt that's a lot longer, because I measured the depth of the hole in the shaft, and it's at least almost 1.5 inches deep going in there. So after I figure out how to open up this frustrating packaging, there we go. I got my cheapo Harbor Freight tap set here, but this will work just fine. Put her in there like so, and get a little bit of oil here. See, it says oil. Squirt some in the hole. Let's see if we can get this tap to clean those threads up that could have gotten boogered. And they seem boogery. Make sure the kill switch is killed. Ah, there she goes. Yep. Knock off the ripped out threads that are in there. Oil the tap again. There she goes. I don't like that. I don't want to be cross-threading this thing. Who knows? This idiot that I bought the thing from could have put the wrong bolt in there too. What I got is a bigger bolt. Let me see what size socket that is. Alright. Got the bolt. I'm going to try to abuse it a little bit here. Yeah. That didn't end well. Alright. That screwed it all up. That bolt was soft. It didn't hurt the engine shaft, I don't think. I'm gonna use this blaster to clean that out a little bit. I'm wondering if these were fine threads and I just boogered it all up. But I was just going by the bolt that the kid had in here before me. Seems like we're cutting some threads anyway. That hole in the shaft is very long, she said. Gonna run out of tap here in just a little bit. That might be far enough. All right. Blast her out again. Now, let's see if I can run this other bolt in there. Oh yeah, we're doing good. Almost all the way. I can do a little more because that hole is like 1.5 inches deep, I know. I saw it. I measured it. I stuck a fang in there and it's almost 1.5 inches. Of course, the nightmare would be to break the tap off. I might be to the bottom because, boy, that's tight. I think I'm bottomed out. And that's good for me. That lets me know that we're using as much of that as I can possibly do. Yep. Pretty sure I'm to the bottom. All I got. Blast her out one more time. Put it all the way in so it pushes out. Alrighty. So let me get this cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll put it back together. I'm just taking some brake cleaner now, and I'm cleaning off any residue of the old belts that got burned in here. And that brake cleaner does a wonderful job. And it also evaporates extremely fast, so we don't have a lot of worries with that. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I highly urge anybody to do it, is when you get this finally adjusted and where you like it, you pull out each bolt and you put some Loctite on them. I couldn't find my blue Loctite right now. I would use blue because it's removable. You can use red, but that's a little bit more permanent. As I said, I guess I probably just tightened that up plenty, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Yes. And again, another reminder, I've told you before, this belt needs to be with the slanted part towards the front. So it's tapered a little bit on this face, and you can see that's the way the flanges are beveled on these clutches. So that guy just pops on there. this guy goes on. He does have like D-cuts on here, slashes. That's to hold the cover square. It does have its own keyway. The clutch itself has some springs and stuff in here that preloads this to make it work. I'm not going to explain that because I don't know it all myself, so I want the blind leading the blind here. And then this cover goes on. And I thought you could probably deaden, if this thing rings a lot, like I've heard them jing like bells, and you want it to be quiet, on the inside of this, if you were supposed to take disc brake quiet and put it, it would stop that. And I'm going to put it on if I hear mine do it. And I should have a lock nut on this, but I don't have it right now. We're just going to do a little test out here. We got more work to do on this bike in the future. Right now, I'm just doing this. Get on there. Major malfunction. And this has a keyway cut in it too. Steers? No. I have that on there, right? Yes, I do. For some reason. Because I'm an idiot. It helps if you put the clutch on. I can hear you guys screaming now. Put it on right. If it don't fit, don't force it. You're a piece of equipment. It's trying to tell you something when you can't get it to fit. Okay. So I want this bolt to go and dry because I don't want to have oil on where I want my Loctite to go. If I have to, I'll put some washers under the head of this, but it looks like she's going to go in just about as far as I want. And be really careful, don't get crazy with your torque wrench. Oops. Good. That's what happened last time. I spun it off. I'm calling that good for now. And I lied to you. I do have to tighten up these this chain because I did have the 10 tooth on here. But she looks like she's setting perfectly now. I don't like to ride this thing with the out the chain guard on. I don't want my leg wrapped up in that dang thing. Do you? I don't. I might have to look for a harder bolt too. I'm not sure about the quality of that bolt. That was something I pulled out of the bin at Central Tractor, or Tractor Supply, whatever you want to call it. Now these little bolts are 8mm. And I have a little 8mm ratcheting head over here that works real nice on that. I'm going to put the chain guard back on too. I'm just going to put an angle bracket between the rear fender and the chain guard tip. There's a rear bracket here that's already there. You have to cut it off to fit these torque converters on. The front bracket. And cut the chain guard off a little bit. It only goes down to 10. I got all kinds of metric stuff because everything is metric these days. Even my Astro van. I don't think think I can reach that. I do have a little open end wrench here though. I've been around a long time. I've collected a lot of tools in my lifetime, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever way you want to look at it. Well, the geese are still starting to come in. The September early goose season ended here last week, but I actually put together a toolkit for this bike. Oh, here they come. Can you hear? I'm sure you can. Put together a toolkit that has every size wrench that I need for this. And I'll dig it out. Or maybe not. I thought it was right here. I'm going to put you guys on break here until I find it. Oh, duh. My toolkit is actually bungeed onto the handlebars. I just saw it. But anyway, found the right wrenches here anyway. We need to loosen up the rear axle a bit so we can adjust that rear chain just a little bit. Just a little bit. And we're going to be pulling back, so we're going to want the 10mm ratchety guy. Now I got to use the open end too. Ain't getting caught in the and there's not a lot of space to do so on these. I mean, you can't put any other kind of wrench but an open end because they're real tight to the frame on the back and they're on a shaft that you can't get access from any, just the side like this. So oh, this isn't too boring. I show every wrench turn just to show what I had to do. Alright. We'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll just keep alternating and doing that. 1, 2, 3, just to make these even. That one's probably going to do it right there. These are just locking. They're double nutted to help keep them tight. I don't like them too tight. Let's see what the spacers. There's marks on this axle. Yeah, that's fine. Marks on the axle to designate when you're parallel, you know, just like lines on a ruler kind of. And there's a marker on the end of the axle plate. And so, you know, I mean, it's not super accurate or nothing. It's just kind of gives you an arbitrary check, I guess. These guys are tight enough, there's no sense of breaking our butt. Tighten this up. I got one more screw to go in the bottom of that. In the bottom of that chain guard, but I'm not going to put it in right now because this is just going to be a zoom test. She runs pretty darn good. Starts right up, at least every time I try it so far. Don't laugh if I kill myself. This thing doesn't have much of a turning radius. I'll just admit that. Alright, I'm going to take these belts off the handlebars. Now, let's see, how does this sucker work? Choke is on this way. There's no warm-up notch, I don't think. Still didn't warm up enough. Just choke it a little. Maybe a lot. Have I got the fuel shut off somehow? No, it says fuel on. Oops. Alright. She probably just needs to warm up a little longer. Gas in it? That could be a problem. I don't know if there's any gas in it. Can't see down in that dang thing. Oh! Don't do this at home. I am a professional. Boy, this thing is leaking. Wow. This gas tank sucks. Get it seated on there a little better, maybe. There we go. She's pretty dry. Now, that's not an excuse. The gas away so it's not a danger. Choke back on again. Now, how much you want to stall though? Cold? mean, she was running so good last time I messed with it. Surging like that is usually well, I'm going to have to edit this off a little bit, guys, but that's it for the clutch. I'm going to have to figure out why she's surging and running so crappy all of a sudden. Till next time, Bob's Barn Workshop, stay safe. God bless.